Thank you for checking out 3D Products. I'm Donald Williams. In this segment, we're going to show you how to use 3D's Ultra Compound and Ultra Polish. It's a perfect three-step system to remove any of your pigtails, your sand marks, and any of your deep scratches to get that perfect finish that you'd like. Ultra Compound is ideal for a body shop to be able to take out 1,500 on up sand marks. It's also great for the detailer that wants to remove a lot of swirl marks and scratches that are on a vehicle when they want to refurbish a car. First thing we've done, we've sanded the surface with 1,500 AAT Sandpaper. Then we're going to refine those sand scratches with 3,000 sandpaper. Now you can either use just water and soap. I like to use our 3D spray detailer. It's a non-silicone detail spray. Gives a good glide. Product 503. Take and wet your wet sandpaper, which is a 3D sandpaper. Wet the surface down. And one of the reasons I like is that the spray detailer doesn't flash quite as fast as the water. So you have a long time to sand with it. Just gonna go nice back, even motion, back and forth, overlapping, just to make sure we refine those sand marks. Now, the Ultra Compound can take out 1,500 with no problem whatsoever, but we just like to make sure we speed up our time, because time's money. Make sure when you're sanding something, just a quick tip, that you don't leave your hose to hit the surfaces, because you might end up having to remove some of the hose marks when you're buffing. You don't want to have to do that. One thing we like about this spray detail, it's got a nice bubble gum scent to it, and people really love it. So when you're actually working, it makes it a little bit more delightful of a scent as you're going around doing your work. So one more time, just to make sure we got everything nice and even. I'm taking and refined it. Has a nice flat look to it. What we're gonna do now is gonna bring that shine back, okay? First thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna take and apply 4 to 5 dime-sized dabs. Make sure you take and you place your cord over your shoulder. Massage it into the surface. You also wanna make sure that your wool pad that you're gonna be using, which we recommend using the 3D lamb's wool. It's real lamb's wool. Turn your speed to about 1,400, 1,500 RPMs. Massage it into the surface and make sure you go nice and even motions back and forth, overlapping passes. If you notice, you got very minimal sling with the product, which helps us keep the surfaces and the rest of the vehicle nice and clean, so you're not doing a whole lot of cleanup later. You don't need a whole lot of pressure, if any. Go nice and back and forth, even motion. Now what you're gonna see as you compound this, you're gonna see wool pad marks, form a swirl marks, and that's gonna be left behind, and that's perfectly normal. What you're expecting to have out of a compound and a wool pad. These marks here. Okay, now if you notice, these are supposed to be here. These are wool pad marks. They're left behind from the wool pad and heat and friction. The reason why it's a 3-step is because what we've done is we've removed all the sanding scratches, and now we're getting ready for polish. So in here you'll have holograms and you'll have wool pad marks. They kind of go like this. See these, you see all the big swirl marks? Those are the wool pad marks. These are wool pad marks. And then you have holograms, which are things that look like they're coming out of the surface. What that is because the level of the paint is off a little bit, and that's what we do now, is we now then go back and level it, okay? Now when compounding, we always recommend you do the 2 steps with the compound, because you're gonna have those wool pad marks I was talking about. So to level out those wool pad marks quickly, you wanna take a 3D cutting pad. This is our yellow cutting pad. Put it on here, and then you take a little bit of the compound polish again. You can either do in the dabs. I like a lot of times to go in a cross pattern just to make sure that my pad is completely covered. Make sure you put your cord over your shoulder. Massage it into the surface, nice and even. Make sure you cut down on any sling. And then a nice even back and forth motion. Go over the area that you compounded with the wool pad. And keep it only around 1,400 RPMs. Even you can actually turn down to about 1,200 RPMs, because foam pads work a lot hotter. You want to be careful. So one of the benefits of using our compounds and polishes is you don't have to work at a very high speed. So you can make it nice and safe for you when you're cutting out any of your sand marks or your scratches. So nice and even. Just pay attention and make sure that you're getting rid of all your wool pad marks. It can only take a couple passes, because you did all the real hard work with that wool pad. And it wipes off fairly easy, and you got a nice surface that you'll have some light holograms that are left. Now a light colored car, this surface is ready to go. But on a dark colored car, you want to pay attention to our next segment, and that's showing you 3D Ultra Polish. Ultra Polish is going to go ahead and clean this up, make sure that we get rid of any of the fine marks that are left behind, and get rid of all those holograms. So go ahead and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all of 3D's latest and innovative car care products.